I will keep on fighting till the end. I can walk on water, I can fly. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, a little bit of Definity, maybe Earth 2 update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everybody say haro dashi, woof. Um, Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. I'll be talking for about 30 to 40 minutes, and then I will get to everybody's comments. Comments right now. But again, that will take 30 to 40 minutes. If you have the time, wait, enjoy the show. We have a great time. If you don't have the time, be like, Chavez, I got stuff to do. Just leave me a super chat. It could be as little as $2, and I will get to your question right away in the middle of whatever I'm talking about, and then you can be on your merry way. What to go over first? We'll do a little bit of Definity just because there's a ton of VeVe and OMI stuff to go over. What's it like today? Let's take a look. The chart is absolutely wild. It had a massive buy up to like 4.8 cents, like twice today, like multiple times, and each time it got sold down. We got about 30,000 in volume over the last 24 hours. This is right now at a $7.1 million market cap. When me and Crypto Rain had discussed this about investing pretty heavily into this particular token, it took me a little bit to go on and put in more than like the couple thousand, because I was trying to do the research on it, and okay, Manu, the CEO, has been in a couple of interviews, and that was good, and getting to speak to him is like, okay, he's incredibly smart. I didn't know how well that would translate in him being CEO, but he has another cool co-founder, and he has another cool. They have a good team. They have a great product. They don't just have a great product. That great product is the crypto spot trading, and that is by far the best rates out there that they have, with the largest profit margins. Getting institutions to be able to buy crypto, I mean, they already have it on foreign exchange. He already has a bunch of other companies that will work in tandem with this. But what they're doing is literally a $1 billion idea. That is a billion. That should be a $1 billion company just based off that. And then they got into casino gaming with Bitline. Bitline saying that they can do this for any casino around the world. I'm going to guess they're going to start, in the US or maybe the UK. I don't know. But I think gambling's a bit bigger in the US. There's like billions of each state does multiple billions of dollars each year in gambling, depending on the state. There are some states I assume that don't, but the top 10 states do multiple billions of dollars each year in revenue. And what they're doing is they're opening up more avenues for rich people. This is the 1%. I don't want to say the 1% of 1%, but this is the 1%. These are people that have minimum $500,000 worth of crypto, because the minimum loan that they do is $250,000. So if you have $500,000 worth of Bitcoin and you want to go into casino and buy their chips, I know people locally that cannot do that because of the fact that there up until recently has been no way to do that, able to convert their crypto into casino chips. The casinos wouldn't do it. There was no third party to do it. Definity is that third party now. And I don't know if he went over profit margins on the podcast. I'll have to ask about that, so I won't go over that. But just to let you guys know, even if they took 1% of $250,000, that's $2,500,000. That's $2,500 straight off the top to their bottom line. If it's just 1%, and it's likely going to be a little bit higher. So right now, that's what they're doing. If you have $500,000 in Bitcoin, you could be able to do the minimum of $250,000 worth of chips. Obviously, it'll be collateralized by that Bitcoin. This is another billion, but potentially multi-billion-dollar idea that they just have now in their repertoire. This is insane. Currently, OMI is still my biggest investment, but Definity might be my biggest soon, because that is just stupid. I now stack more Definity every month, and I'm continuously stacking an uneven amount more than OMI. And obviously, I'm not selling my OMI. I still accumulate OMI. I have like 193 million OMI, and I will get more. But Definity is, oh my, it's a $7 million market cap. This is stupid. Where does this go? It's anyone's guess. But if I'm talking to Dashi, if I'm talking to a friend, I'll be like, bro, this could literally be a couple $1 billion market cap. You know, what 100x from here is 700 million. 200x is 1.4 billion. A 400x is 2.8 billion. And that's well within the realm of possibility. 400x, oh my God, don't at me. Anyway, that's going to be it on Definity for right now. We'll get to the OMI real quick. I guess could we start with the burns? I guess we could start with the burns. But we'll start with it's down about 3% on the day at 00038. It's got 200,000 in volume, so pretty low, $123 million fully diluted market cap. One thing that I do wish for them to they says total supply of 318 billion with a max supply of 750 billion. Obviously, we know because we're here that is not the case. It's like 310 billion, a bunch of this stuff, and there's none that will never go up. That can only go down. Foster Hill posted the other day, says, we got hounded for not giving info, so then we communicate and get chastised for it. Glad you were able to figure out what it meant from the start. Felt like disclosure was pretty clear. Not every move we make is sexy, but this is a step in the right direction. It is still a step. That was Foster Hill talking about the Ecomi announcement the other day, saying that they are going to burn 221 billion OMI. What? Why is it telling me? X is telling me Randy Chavez is live. I'm Randy Chavez. Oh my God, why are you telling me I'm going live? I know I'm going live. All right, so if we go over to the Ecomi page, they have 157,000 followers, which is pretty good. 9 hours ago, they did give an update saying tokens from the vault and reserve wallets have been sent to the Immutable X Layer 2 burn wallet and are in the process of being rolled up to be permanently removed on ERC Layer 1. Users can view the progress of the token removal via the link below. It's just token.vv.me. And you can see right now the token burns. So far, GoChain has 26 billion that have been burned. ETH Layer 1 is only about 90 million, so not a ton so far. Be nice to see that 100 million over there. The reserve wallet still has 30 billion Layer 1 OMI. The vault has 58 billion, so we got a total of 88, about 89 billion on there. But the ETH Layer 1 staging has 81 billion and 42 billion respectively on the reserve and on the vault. So these will go out to the token burns at some point. Again, I'll keep y'all posted on when that happens. Moving on from that, let's look at some of the replies, because God knows there's going to be people that's going to ask questions. Travis Wright saying, what if someone still has tokens on GoChain? My son hasn't been able to get it off for months. The bridge keeps erroring out, which is a concern. That is an issue. And Ecomi says the GoChain swap site is currently under maintenance due to issues experienced post-DenCon upgrade to ETH. The team is aware of the issue, and an update will be provided once a fix is deployed. So, got that, Brett. Token update. All right, and I think that was it for this particular token update, at least as far as the Ecomi is concerned. Let's move on here. Cut you your mind. I had a couple of friends fight the other night, Osborne and my friend Danny Swift Garcia. Both of them lost, unfortunately, so it was not a good day for the Chavez friends. We had Maserati announced on Saturday. I was with Lori Brenner, her husband Will, and her son Max. It was a good time. Found out we had Maserati. We all celebrated. We had drinks. We made merry. Well, I drank. I don't think anyone else drank. I think I was the only one. But we ate, and that was nice. I swear I'm not that big of an alcoholic. Maybe a little bit. Doing good. There's Danny. I don't know why I Googled that. Phil Nice, who I've seen at, I think most recently I saw at last New York Comic Con. Did I see him in San Diego? I forget. He's level 81 MCP, 3,800 points per day, and now he's Diamond 1. Meaning a lot of other whales are it's harder and harder to become that master level. Really insane. I don't know what we're going to have to do in order to get that. Yeah, top 500 VeVe hodlers. I didn't really go over too much of this with Rain the other day. We do have some big sellers too. WC3 MTE sold 266 collectibles. E Nasty sold 356, and Michael Campa sold 776. Again, pretty small when you go to the biggest gainers. Paul Villa bought 582 collectibles. Expert 44 bought 863. And you have Bezoge Man buying 1,537 collectibles. And yeah, it's he has reached 60,000 collectibles. 60,000 collectibles, absolutely bananas. And there's a bunch of other people that bought, like Mr. Rolex bought 132 collectibles, not on the chart. What else we got here? We got RH4CO9, 182, not on the top 3. So you could buy, you know, like I said, hundreds of collectibles. Savid bought 385, not on the top 3. It's ridiculous. And then you say, like, okay, well, Chavez, how many people are actually buying? The Modern Investor just reached 1,700 comics. He's constantly posting about OMI, saying, what's a good amount of OMI to have? How much should I buy? Told him I have 190-ish million. But then you have a couple of things that I want to go over. So we have 13 new wallets, which means that these wallets, they might have been activated today, or they might have been made, you know, months ago. VeVe doesn't really count a wallet unless there's a collectible in it, even if they downloaded the app. But yeah, 13 people that did not have collectibles in their wallet before, they have them today. There was a good amount of active wallets on VeVe today, about 1,700. VeVe gem purchases, this is wild. They had $1.9 million in gem purchases. I'm not 100% sure why that happened, why so much was purchased today. Because if you take a look at the drop today, which I guess we'll go over that real quick. Unbeknownst to me, unbeknownst to everyone, unless you were on the app at 11 o'clock, we were not supposed to have a drop today, but we did. And the drop was 1939 mints, so 1849, $15. It's about $28,000, give or take, on a drop that was not announced. There was no drop show. There was no advertising for it. It released a month early as a mistake, and it still sold out in 20 minutes, and it raised $28,000. So you have a lot of fudders, and let's try to be not negative, but let's try to be super critical here. And if we try to be super critical, we get to the place like, hey, VeVe, this is not a great thing that had happened for a professional company. Clearly, there was some oversight issues where somebody did not do their job right, and they did not double check, and whoever's supposed to triple check on it, it fell through the cracks. I get it, things happen that shouldn't have happened. I don't know, how Marvel reacted to that. Marvel might have reacted saying, like, sold out, made 28,000. Okay, you know what, YOLO, I don't care. Or they could be like, hey, how does this look? We give you the keys to our comic book store. We allow you to sell everything on VeVe Comics. We allow you to name it VeVe Comics, and you repay us by messing up a con exclusive drop. But again, that's if we're super critical. If we want to be a realist like this, like a realist and super pragmatic, hey, again, you have fudders that are calling this like a dead app and nobody's buying, and you have this drop where they made a mistake and they still grossed $28,000 in 20 minutes. Fudders can say what they want, but facts don't lie, and facts don't care about your feelings. This is a good thing that happened. Now, again, should it have happened? No. Did they want it to happen this way? No. Let's read VeVe's before I go any further here. Let's read VeVe's actual response, and then I'll interpret that as well. VeVe official. Love that they follow me. 219,000 followers. They go off and they say, wow, they really do post a lot. MC's going crazy over there. Congrats to all the collectors who got the surprise Marvel logo drop. We might have been a tad too excited about New York Comic Con and released it, well, a month early. Oops, we are human. Rest assured, the Marvel logo will remain in your collection. Thanks for rolling with this fun little surprise. Who doesn't love an unplanned gateway to the Marvel universe? Yeah, this was fun. This was great. I wasn't even able to get it on the drop. Had I known about this and had I gone on and be like, oh no heckin' way, I would have been buying like a mother flapper. Because again, a con exclusive of a Marvel logos tend to do pretty well here. You can't see this VeVe hat, number 41 logo. I have spent well into the 5 figures to get all of the number 41 logos. So yeah, this is a really nice, a nice thing to get. And again, I would have loved to have gotten it. I didn't get it. I couldn't purchase it from the store. I purchased it on the secondary for $14, which is fine. I guess I got it cheaper. I think the floor was about $30 right before I started. Let's see what it is right now. Let's go to the market. Let's go to the collectibles. It's probably between 25 and 35, give or take. It is $28. So yeah, it's I've been selling mine as well. Just a quick flip. And part of the reason I wanted to sell, and again, you have a bunch of whales stacking, and these whales that are doing the stacking, um, they're not stacking crap. Like they're not stacking like useless things. And again, Bezojman isn't just, he has 60,000 collectibles, so of course you're gonna have some like dollar comics, and you're gonna have some things that are super cheap and inexpensive. But he's got a lot of things worth hundreds and thousands of dollars. But yeah, let's look at Blah. I think Blah has like 27. He's got 2,788 collectibles. Bought 36 collectibles this week. And you're saying like, okay, well, who is Blah, and what is his deal? Why are you talking about him? And why are you using that as a conduit or as a segue to you selling stuff? Well, I want to flip a couple. I have like 100 gems in the account. I have like next to no gems in the account, but I want to get a lot more, and I want to do a lot of flipping here. Why? Because if you go and look at, it doesn't even have it, Spider-Man Noir. There's the floor on this is $2,700. And I put in the title, which collectibles are undervalued. There's a possibility that we get Dragon Ball Z or anime or Pokemon or Digimon. We get some type of amazing IP, and the floors on everything just tank. There's a possibility that we get a huge IP, and whatever the floors are and everything is right now, it takes a 20% haircut because people want gems and they want things for this new IP, right? So that is possible. I don't think this bear market will last too much longer. You have too many good things that are happening in the macro in general, in the NFT market, and that's going to affect VeVe at some point. So I don't think we have too much longer on here. But again, bad things could happen. And if they do, anything that I'm about to say, obviously none of this is financial advice, but these are things that I think are undervalued. You have a Spider-Man Noir here. There's 88 mints of these. These are not, this is not something that has several hundred mints. It's like, oh yeah, it's still pretty scarce, got a couple hundred mints. This is the scarcest Marvel Mighty. Out of the 88 mints, VeVe kept 10, so it really has 80 mints. Again, super scarce. The floor on this is, I mean, it doesn't go up crazy. It's not like you buy one and then it doubles, but you buy one and it goes up $300. Buy another one, it goes up 200. Buy another one, goes up 300. So, and again, it's not like everyone can buy these, because these aren't $20 or $50, and the whales can't really stack. They can. Blah has 6 of these mother flappers, but again, it's a first appearance Spider-Man. It's incredibly scarce. The scarcest Marvel Mighty, and there's 80 of. So this thing, I think, reaches 10K at some point in the next bull market. Heck, it might even. Last time, I don't outside of maybe like Donnie, which had 100-ish things. We didn't have anything really scarce. We had the James Bond ticket and the Aston Martin car, the one of 7. And that one of those 1 of 7 recently sold for like 12,000, 13,000, a couple months ago. This is a first appearance Is it the first appearance Spider-Man? No. But is it a first appearance with something, coming out soon? Yes. Yes, it is. The scarcest Spider-Man. It's a Marvel. It's so freaking cool. This is one of those things where I think that if you spend 2,800 on it now, it's a very good chance you 4 to 6x your money over the next, I don't know, 15 to 18 months. That's just my opinion. I do not have one. I'm not trying to pump my bags here. Again, I do not have one. But anything this scarce that has this many people stacking it's heckin' nuts. Let's go on to Stacker real quick. He's not the only one that has multiple. So let's go to Stacker here. Go to the NOIR. Take a look at it. And Blah has 6 of them. Jay Green has 2 of them. Jimbo Lingo has 2 of them. Spider Mark has 2 of them. So in the top 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 19, 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The first 8 holders have 21 of them. That's 25% of the supply. 8 people have 25% of the supply. What is 80 minus 21? You're at 59 here. It does not take a bunch of whales to be able to go in and buy up a few of these and squeeze the price. And for this, I think they do it. This is not one of those things like I'm super into the gold Rosso because every time you go to Comic-Con, see that lucky gold Rosso over there. Every time you go to Comic-Con, that Tokidoki line is just out the freaking yin yang. It's a Tokidoki license. That's a brand. It's a secret rare. Same thing. 88 mints, and only 80 of them are out there because VeVe kept 8. There's 2 left. Well, there's a bunch left, but one's at 650, one's at 777, and then it's at 1,800, and it's like, oh my god. So that's that's another one that I really really like because it's like the floor is like 650 right now. If we're going to go and talk about other comics, there is something called VeVe Rank, VeVeRank.com, and you can take a look at all the tiers on the comics, and it ranks them right there. Amazing Fantasy, like at the S tier comics that everybody likes buying, Amazing Fantasy 15, Amazing Spider-Man 252, Avengers #1, Giant Size X-Men #1, Incredible Hulk #1, Journey into Mystery #83, that's first appearance of Thor. Marvel Comics is obviously there, despite it having 60,000 editions. But Marvel Comics #1 is obviously that S tier. Tales of Suspense #39, first appearance of Iron Man. Incredible Hulk #181, first appearance of Wolverine. Uncanny X-Men #1, which has Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman, Angel, Beast, Professor X, Magneto. That's insane. These are all S tier comics. And when you take a look at some of the things that have sold today, you look at, okay, well, what are some of the comics that have sold? Fantastic Four #94, 192 of those had sold. Amazing Spider-Man #13, 89 of them had sold. Uncanny X-Men #130, 49 of them had sold. Black Panther #1, 31 of them sold. And those are the top selling comics for today. On the secondary market for brands, Ron English's Propaganda, it sold 45. 40 Marvel Mighties had been bought. 21 Happy Tree Friends. I guess that's just because that's pretty new. Usually that's not a crazy big license, but just because it's relatively new, they had a drop recently or a crafting recently, so that makes sense. And United States Postal Service Stamp Art sold 18. But yeah, that Happy Tree Friends, I never really went over this in depth. For this one, you have a really interesting drop mechanic. You had to get the ultra rare, like the rare and the common, whatever it was. And if you got that, you were able to craft the secret rare. You burn all of them, so you burn $140 worth of stuff. And then after that, you get a secret rare, which is about It's about the same price. It's about 140. Let's see where we are here. Let's see if it's the secret rare is 138. So yeah, 140. But then you get 100,000 MCP points, which is pretty nice. That was pretty cool. As far as the other stuff, and the other stuff dropped like nobody's business. Like that other one, that ultra rare, that was 140. That's like $50 now. So it's like $60 to complete that other set if you had burned it. Pretty good for 100,000 MCP points, in my opinion. But again, that's just my opinion. Well deserved. What did Dance Buddha Panda say? Dance Buddha Panda is like, what? Anyway, let's move on here. I've been talking for 25 minutes. All right, we got a bunch of stuff to go over. I know I said I mentioned Earth 2. I'll mention it. They have hordes of like skeletons now that they're going to be in their game, so that'll be really fun. Let's see what we got here. Tokidoki has a marriage thing coming out. They have like wedding rings, and Brock McBlockchain said, "Yo, I'm about to get married to some of my collectibles on VeVe official. I know it now. Looking at you, Cora." He just had an insane amount of Coras. I don't know why, but he did. He bought them, and he did. He's kind of trolling though. I don't think he's gonna actually like. Remember when Dennis Rodman like married the world? I think Brock is just like that. He's just kind of trolling there. Brock is asking people like, "Hey, if you had a magic VeVe genie, what are the 3 wishes you would wish on the platform?" Claire had wished that they communicate, they deliver, and they respect loyal collectors. Brock said that's a good list. Like, I don't want to take up your whole day, but can you paint a picture for what communication would look like to you? How often, what medium, etc. Maybe also how you'd hope to have respect shown. She hasn't answered with that, but I feel like a lot of people, they say certain things and then it's like, okay, well they do communicate. Again, they just communicate that they're doing a bunch of burns here for OMI, and then people are like, oh, but it's not real OMI. It's like fucking damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean, they've delivered on countless things the last year and a half. The respect loyal collectors. How do you define that? That's going to be just completely different. Let's see what else we got here. They had partnered with Doctor Strange on something. They just said, hey, if you go over to Doctor Strange's, they'd just done a giveaway with him, so that was really cool. So definitely checked into Doctor Strange's stuff, and every now and then a giveaway will happen. Never too old for Pokemon. Agreed. Ooh, forgot to delete this. Meow meow meow. What comic should be? VeVe Comics said what comic should be turned into a TV show. I said they really need to redo Civil War. It needs to be a 12-episode series. So much to cover. And then I also said Aliens vs. Avengers is the best comic I've read in years. They need to do something with that too. I think they would agree. Mr. MC1 was calling to see if anyone had any market details for Cryptoys, and they did. Gross sales. This is on the secondary market. Gross sales from June 1st to September 15th was $86,000. That is not a lot. I get it; it's just secondary, but damn, that is not a lot. I'm really hoping they can survive until the next bull, because that, like I said, that is not a lot at all. Shout out to King Mavs Forever. That happens to got a number 555 matching set of Batman Black and White Season 1. That is absolutely bananas to get a matching set like that. And speaking of the King Mavs, level 100 Spotlight. It is once again that amazing time for us all to recognize and honor the community members who have reached level 100. King Mav says, I discovered NFTs first via Web3, then came to VeVe and fell in love with the IP's hashtag collector at heart. Love the community, passion, and the exciting journey ahead. This is a nascent space. Future is disproportionately digital. Buckle up. Thank you for your continued dedication. End quote. Thank you for your continued dedication and place in our community. The entire VeVe team appreciates you and this amazing achievement. Please join us in recognizing King Mouse Forever in the comments below. VeVe birthday is 9 April 2021. First collectible is Ultraman 7. Most prized collectible is the VeVe gold and silver logo. He's got number 100. It's really heckin' cool. Level 100 birthday is January of 2024. Favorite content creator is Chad at NFT Pirates. We love him. And the drop wish list is Master of the Universe Skeletor. Oh, that'd be awesome. Skeletor would be cool. I appreciate that. That's good. Anyway, context behind. Nope. Digital asset investment products saw a reversal with inflows reaching 436 million after a period of outflows amounting to 1.2 billion. Bitcoin was a primary focus, seeing $436 million of inflows, having seen a 10-day run of outflows totaling 1.1 billion. Just a lot. Let's see what else we got here. Thank you. Tropical, speaking of AF-15s, I can't believe Tropical has 11 of those rare AF-15s. That's amazing. Good for her. It's not complicated. Yep. Maserati, I went over that. YouTube birthday bash. Something about Bob sales and a YouTube birthday bash. I don't know what that was about. Ernest Coe, awesome. He's at the Vitalik Buterin beach, and he had the VeVe gold logo over there. Thought that was pretty sweet. Love VeVe Fam Bam. She's awesome. Yeah, my collectibles had said, wouldn't it be cool if collecting the new Marvel Reds led to something bigger? That would be cool. Not sure what they would drop, but I think that would be fun. 3,213 on average use a promotional code or purchase, but we only had 1,596 in the past week that had done that. 25 people made their first purchase versus 51 in the past week. So I have a little bit of data for you all there. My collectible says, how are you finding the VeVe Comics Reader app? Please provide your comment down below. I said, I typically don't read a ton of newer comics. Aliens vs. Avengers is my exception. But the ones I do read, I just read on the app because it's only a few minutes. If I had like 10 comics in a row to read, I would use the app. I used it once and I liked it. Binance founder CZ is to be released from prison on September 29th. Speaking of prison, they got Diddy last night. And Diddy, I remember back in the day, Kids' Choice Awards, it was like late 90s, early 2000s. Kel takes off his shirt and is like, Puff Daddy wins. Like everyone I wanted to win that night won. It was great. How the mighty have fallen. He was accused of a bunch of SA stuff. I feel like if you have dozens of people literally like, you probably did it. If it's like one or two or three people, it's like, okay, you know, you've met how many tens of thousands of people. You know, a couple of them might just want a piece of the pie. They just might want what you have. But if it's this many people, all right, probably guilty. Lawyer goes in and tells them, hey, 2 weeks ago, Diddy, you should go to New York and wait for your arrest. I don't know if the lawyer thought, if I have a client and I know he's guilty, bro, you're going to a non-extradition country and you are never coming back, and I'm billing you for my time. That's it. I don't, whatever calculus this lawyer was trying to do is like, hey, you're going to wait in New York for arrest. If I'm Diddy, all right, cool. I'll chill. I'll watch Netflix. I'll get pizza delivered, you know, whatever. This mother flapper is in New York waiting to get arrested, and he's found with drugs in his room. How freaking stupid do you have to be waiting to get arrested and have drugs in your... That is just the most ridiculous thing. Like, I hope they throw the book at him. I hope they sterilize him, because that mind should not reproduce. That is an inferior mind that is just going to hold back genetic progress. Anyway, let's move on here. Yeah, ETH has dumped a lot since Vitalik got a girlfriend. Bhutan rolling in the crypto, almost $1 billion worth. Bhutan, the small Himalayan country, has amassed 13,000 Bitcoins, currently valued at approximately $780 million. Source of this was Cointelegraph. Yeah, oh my God. U.S. Senator sent a letter to Powell asking for 75 basis points cut. That is probably not going to happen. I would say 25 to 50, 25 or 50, give or take. People literally calling for assassination on Trump, or people for calling saying like he brought it on himself. That I don't think that's cool. Anyway, moving on here. What else we got? Wayne having or Bruce Clark Kent having a really cool photo saying the East Room with VeVe Digital Collectibles. East meaning like from the East, like East in the world. Like America is the West, Asia is the East. Dude, look at that pizza. Dude, look at that pizza. Oh my God, girl, it looks so good. MicroStrategy announces a proposed private offering of $700 million in convertible senior notes. What do you think they're doing with that $700 million? They're probably going to be buying more Bitcoin. Just throwing that out there. God, Bezos is buying, he's buying cheap comics, but he's also, there's some of the secret rares he bought. Oh my God, dude's a freaking mad lad. I love him. I don't know who he is, but I love him. Also, Meta confirms interoperability with Web3 games coming to AR and VR devices. That's one I want to bring up tomorrow. On the OMI is my homie channel. Was that something that's really cool? First appearance of Agatha Harkness. Was that today? Were we supposed to get that? All right, hang on. If it was, I don't think I. Fantastic Four, number 94. Oh yeah, it was. All right, first appearance of Agatha Harkness. I did not even go over this. I think because it was overshadowed by the, the other thing. 5,000 editions. They sold like 1,000 of them. Which I guess 7K. All right, not bad. But let's look at this Fantastic Four number 94. Let's see what they're selling at. Come on, come on, come on, come on now, touch me, babe. Can't you see that I am not afraid? What was that? Oh, the secret rare is $65. That is, that is low. The common, $1.95. Uncommon, probably even less. Oh, $2.15. It's actually more. The rare on this is $7.34. All right, interesting. I figured that'd be lower, and the ultra rare is actually $21. But yeah, that secret rare would be, that's low. That is low. I guess people be putting some. They need to be putting some respect on my girl's name, because I love her. She's cute. MC minting on Watt Mammoth is minting stuff on VeVe Comics. some of y'all need the SIM card. It's insane. Yep, I went over that. The cat token was doing well. Waka Flocka. Is he a rapper? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got made fun of for not knowing who Waka Flocka was, or maybe that was Fetty Wap. I don't know who Waka Flocka is, but he says, which base project should I be looking at? I said, the OMI token has, you know what I did. Yeah, obviously pumping OMI over there. March, April, July, and August each saw record-breaking Bitcoin trade volumes compared to previous years. Let's go. Let's get that bread. Oh, sorry. I figured. Trump family is going to make a token called WLFI. I think that's World Liberty Finance. Approximately 63% to the public, 17 to rewards, and 20 to the team and advisors. That is what they are doing. What else we got here? Ben Carter saying, I love my MC Claus, but if he has to be cooked, then I'm prepared to burn him. Really appreciate the Claus airdrop. Reminded me of the old days of the official where you could wake up to a free gift. Let's freaking go. Let's keep it up. Rocking Blockchain going on saying he won't be cooked. His set name gives a clue. More friends on the way. MC Claus. Maybe, I know he already has a DJ Octo, right? MC, DJ Octo. I guess they're putting a whole freaking band together. Oh, I have so many messages. I'm so sorry. I was watching Dexter with a buddy last night, and you know who I saw? Esteemed character actress and fugitive of the law, Margot Martindale. Oh, love her. Can we get her on the freaking podcast? Anyway. Was it is it worth it? Let me work it. Lay it down, let me verse it. Sorry. Wes continues to say OMI to NFT in 2025. I continuously try to bet him. He continuously dodges me. I would love for him to go on and take me up on that bet, but maybe one day. Can't go over that. Maybe I'll go over that at some point. I'm about 40 minutes on here, so let's go over the comments because it's been a while. Connor saying hello. What's up, Connor? Omar saying good evening. Good evening, Omar. Bill Gardner says I picked up one. Probably should have bought more. Oh, the Marvel logo. Yeah. Whenever I say good evening, it is a reference from The Mummy Returns, where that big jacked black dude comes in and is like, good evening. You know, Rick is away and the Magi like kind of return, and all you have is Annie over there just going in and trying to defend the house, but he's like, good evening. That's that I don't it's a reference. Turtle says more logos, more logo utility. I really hope Mr. MC1 doesn't make another group for this. I can't. There's too many groups. There's too many groups. And this one, it's not scarce like it is the gold logo or the Ecomi secret rare logo. This is there's 1,900 of these. Please don't make a group, Mr. MC1. I'm so tired. I can't do it. What's the Feast Frenzy heating up again? Yeah, I've always said this. I've always liked Brock. Two, he's been on the podcast a bunch of times, but I've had not a vision. I have this fantasy. No, I'm sorry. It's a reference to Dark Knight Rises, where Michael Caine, Alfred's talking to Bruce Wayne, and is just like, I have this fantasy where you don't come home. Years later, you have a wife, maybe a couple of kids running around. I look at you, you look at me. We don't say anything to each other, but we'll have both known that you've made it. So I also have a fantasy, not really something like that, but a fantasy where VeVe hires Brock to do lore writing. What that means is go on TikTok and look up dad lore, or just Google it. What is lore? Lore in general is like, hey, Lord of the Rings, right? What is the lore from there? It means like, okay, Aragorn you might think he's a man, but he's actually Numenorian. He lives to be like 150 something years old. There's wizards there, there's hobbits, there's orcs, there's freaking Aragorn, after it's all over, literally committing genocide on the orcs, which is the most incredible thing in the Lord of the Rings lore, I think, ever. The world building, it's what happened. Like, I really want to know, like, Dan Crothers' lore. Like, we know what he did, like, official business wise, but what has he really done in like the nightlife? What has he really done in his life that's not official business? I want to know. Like, I want to party with. I want to go in, and it's what do we not know about a person or the world? Like, there's lore of like on the Kripkins. There's lore on every single one of those things. Love those things so much. But Brock McBlockchain does really good in his world building. It's got like a Super 8 Stranger Things feel to it, where there's so much mystery and so much amazingness, and the Features have a cool community. They're fun. I love them. They love me. We love each other. There's much love to be had, but it's kind of like not wasted or lost. Like, for the amount of lore and the amount of cool mystery that the Features have, they should have more people, and it's a shame that they don't. So I would want VeVe to go in and say, like, Brock, we want you to make a mystery, make a story with NFTs, and write it in such a way that there will be Easter eggs to be found for months, if not years, down the road. And you have to do a certain combination of things to unlock certain stuff. That would be one of the most valued hires, I think, ever. Now, I don't know how much Brock would charge for that. I think whatever he would make on that, just to work shoulder to shoulder with everyone there. I mean, when you're already on the app and shoulder to shoulder with Marvel and Disney, that's great. But to be like the one to write that lore, essentially writing your own ticket for whatever job you want next. But again, getting creative control like that would just I would love to do that. VeVe has a ton of IP that they license out, which is great, but their own IP is severely lacking. Like, we need logos. Great. Give us a character. Yeah, y'all know alphabet lore? I think that's what it's called. Each letter has like a personality and traits. And if VeVe could do that, and they don't have to call it alphabet lore, they could just call it VeVe numerals, or they could have numbers, they could have whatever it is. They could have an amazing story here. And again, you don't own letters, you don't own numbers. Nobody owns any of that. Like, it's very hard to go in and like own words. I think Donald Trump back in the day, he tried to patent like "you're fired." What's his name tried to like patent, "Oh, let's get ready to rumble." And why can't they do it? Because people have said it before them, people will say it after them. So if you go to etymology, I think entomology is I don't know. Etymology and entomology, one of them is study of insects, one of them is study of words. I can never remember which one, but either way, VeVe should be making their own IP, and they should be making amazing lore world building around it. Yeah, Fish is one of the best things to have on here. There's always constantly airdrops. So good. Connor, what up? Kevin Hawthorne says, good evening from Lakeland, Florida. Good evening, Kevin. Good evening. Chuck and Hang says, hey, Randy. Meow, meow, meow. Bill Gardner, give me those dabs. Love you, fam. Hit me, baby, one more time. Baby, baby, but not so hard. I like the Jack Black version that he has. Thank you for being a member. VeVe Zombie says, yo, zombie, zombie. Do you buy any Divinity with your own money? Of course. Every month. VeVe Zombie says, hey, Randy. I know why VeVe and OMI are not doing good this year. It has nothing to do with the bear market. VeVe was founded in a dog year. The enemy sign is a dragon. This is a dragon year. Yeah, well, in most things, but the Mabudachi trio has snake, dog, and dragon that can sometimes be really cool together. I guess that's for individual people, though. It's awesome. Next year will be better. What is next year? Let's see. Not the monkey. It's not the horse. It's not the bunny. Is it the ram? Let's go to Chinese zodiac. Mhm. Oh my God. Okay. No, I don't need the history. Calendar years. Okay. What's it gonna be? Oh, next year's the snake. Okay, cool. And the year after that. So in 2 years, it'll be the year of the horse. My year, baby. Let's go. Wubba Wubba says, Kemba is selling out. Seen him on VeVe forever. He's selling a lot of stuff consistently. So he might be out. He might not. I don't know. Yep. Thank you for being a member, Wes. Adroldero says, shout out reviewer messing up today, was able to make 200 gems. That's like one of those things in Monopoly. The bank made an error in your favor. $200. Use that. Says I picked up $10, 10 on the drop. Spend my VeVe weekly allowance on buying the 10. And you probably made a decent amount of money, didn't you? Says the game is unreal. First one here again. Oh my God. Second awesome. I love you, man. Abe says, not buying any VeVe collectibles right now, mainly collecting Divinity, OMI, and bumper tokens. Yeah, same. Bumper, I haven't had. I mostly Divinity and OMI. I'm in on. I should get more bumper. I really want to get more Devi. Really could get more flow down here. That'd be nice. Stidwax, what's up, Brandy? What's up, VeVe fam? Well, another 10 million OMI the past 2 days. Strapped in for the future. My man, get that bread. Girl. Uncle Dude, what's your take on Marvel Comics #1 Secret Rare? Let's go over them, shall we? Let's shall. Baby, I'm not so hard. Maybe one more time. All right. Secret Rare, 600 of these. Dr. Prophet has 17 of them. Mr. MC1 has 4 of them. Last one was purchased at $2,200 2 days ago. Let's see the Marvel Comics. Hopefully, if I just type in number one, hopefully that. Oh my god. Oh, no results are found. All right, hold on. All right, let's look for this the old-fashioned way. Hopefully, it's had a. I feel like these are traded fairly regularly, and it won't be too hard to find. Marvel 85th anniversary. I was always very curious on secret rare on that. Damn, $400. Okay. Vendors annual number 10. Ooh, Spider-Man 252. These are so expensive. There's only 1,000 of them. Common 639. Second nuts. 19,000 for the secret rare. That's bananas. Spider-Boy number one is really cool too. $16 for the. All right, that's interesting. 350 for the secret rare. It's also interesting. 13 for the uncommon. There's not too many of these, right? There's only 1,000 of them, I think. Unless I'm tripping. Let me see here. Yeah, there's only 1,000 of them. Probably get one. Anyway, Marvel Comics. Let's take a look at how many of these are for sale. There's 18 of them. Remember when these were going for like 50K? 2,100, 2,100, 22. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them you could buy before they're at 3K. And then another 1, 2, 3. 3 of them to buy, then they're at 6K. Then you buy one, then it's not. I mean, there's just a lot of secret rare. You know, it's good. It'll take off in the what's that called? It'll take off in the bull market. Um, one second. I gotta look at something here. Can you screenshot this? Because I can't. I really don't click links here. So if you're gonna try to send me something, I typically don't click links. But that's kind of it. It'll do really well in the bull run. You just gotta wait for that. Charles Gregory says, "Yo, Randy, where do you think the next support bounce will be? 00037. I'm looking to stack more. I don't know. I mean, you still have people getting their stuff from Bitforex. You could have a lot of sell pressure. Let's take a look and see where it's at. I think I went over it before. I'm just not remembering it. 00038. It's no volume. What'll really help is if you get a bigger exchange and just to get more liquidity, because right now that there is no liquidity. I helped a friend get like $130,000 worth, and it took about a week, like 6 or 7 days, to get all those orders without pumping the price too much. And we kind of pumped it to 00047 before it came back down. But obviously wanted to get in just because, like, God forbid they had made an announcement and it like pumped the price. Like, shit, you know. Next support, I have no idea. It could be there, could be 3.4, could be 2.9. Like, we're not sure. Or this could be the low, and we go up. There's really no way to tell, unfortunately. Michael Tasner, hey, what up? Hey, Randy, long time no VeVe. Making a comeback? I mean, they're always here. Like they haven't like stopped. It's like not like they closed up shop for a while. They're pretty good. They're still making money. I'm accumulating some OMI, as always. Omar Kasaj is saying, do you think there will be something special with the Marvel logo? Take a look at what they said. I don't know if this is probably just to get something out. I don't think these words necessarily mean anything. But the last line, they say, who doesn't love an unplanned gateway to the Marvel universe? Now, most likely that just means like, oh, it's the Marvel logo. This is like the gateway. You get one and then you maybe get another. I don't know, but I think it could also be interpreted as gateway to the Marvel universe. Like, are they going to be in the VeVe verse? Like, what do they mean by that? and I don't know. Just interesting words that they chose, and I am not 100% sure how to interpret that. But we'll see. I'm not expecting anything, but it's possible they could. Gardner say, "Hey, it's Didwack." There was Bill Gardner heart. There's got to be something good down the road. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Jason Pena says the diddlers in custody. Shaking my head. Pete Diddler. Oh my god. As VeVe didn't have Dogeman, the marketplace would be crazy low. I mean, he's not the only one that's buying, but and again, I don't think he's just one person, but yeah, again, every bit helps. Bill Garner says, I hit a secret rare X-Men Noir. The other, ooh, very nice. Get that bread. Good for you. Yeah, it was the W. Hang on, I'll find it. Where was I? Baby, baby, but not so hard. Hit me one more time. One more time again. My loneliness is killing me. Oh my God, I don't know where it went. Long story short, they did. It was like the World Liberty Finance coin or whatever. And I explained that before. Connor Rouse says, what was the Marvel logo drop for? $15. $15 hairs. Ezra was good morning, Randy. Hi. Meow, meow, meow. I was getting says, putting in the work. Oh, dude, it's been a crazy, yeah. Hit the ground running past couple days. A lot of work to be done. Still a lot of work to be done. Always and forever. I will never stop working. Gabriel Druin says, what happened to the Fish Arena where you could fight our Fishes? Is that not still working? I mean, I haven't checked it in a while, but I think it still works. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Again, I haven't checked in a while. All right, thoughts on OMI lagging behind crypto market gains today? It doesn't follow the normal market for better or worse. It just doesn't. I mean, what happened back in 2020? FUD was at an all-time high because people didn't believe that an app was coming. Like, do they really have these licenses? Are they really going to have an app? Are they, like this doesn't, it's too good to be true. And then the app came out and it looked awesome. You had the AR in there and there were people buying, not a ton, but there were people buying. The token didn't move at all. And the FUD went insane because at that point, Bitcoin was going up, the market was ripping, and OMI had stayed at like quad 04 and it wasn't moving. And everyone's like, okay, listen, they did it. They did what they did, but nobody cares. They dropped out the coolest app with the best IP in freaking AR. This is absolutely innovative, and nobody cares. Dumping the OMI, and they dumped their OMI, and 3 months later, it went like 1,000x. I guarantee you something similar happens this time as the market starts to rip. We're about to have Uptober. CZ's getting released on the 29th. They're about to announce the basis points cut tomorrow, 25 basis points, 50 basis points, whatever. Finally, again, we're supposed to get this 6 months ago. If the Biden administration was smart, they would have done this 6 months ago, because by this point, trillions of dollars would have ripped into the market, and they would have been like, oh, look, at the recovery, and then he would somehow get through it. And somebody of his team, whoever, would go and be like, the recovery that, from what Biden has done with his policies have had the ripple effects that go down to the consumer. You've seen all these prices drop. You've seen, people are spending again. It's easier to borrow. But they didn't. They're doing it now for whatever reason. And yeah, maybe it'll start to rip in October, November. But you're going to have trillions of dollars, and it'll take until early next year. It'll rip into the market. Plenty of that will go into Bitcoin. Again, the manipulation that a lot of these ETFs and institutions are doing is insane. You don't just buy 2 years worth of mined Ethereum in 4 weeks and have the price go down unless there's an insane amount of manipulation. So again, as these things happen and as the market rips, everyone's going to feel that FOMO. They're like, oh, well, everything's running. Only staying the same. I'm going to drop the dead weight. I'm going to drop the losers, and I'm going to buy into the winners. And what they're going to do is they're going to sell things that are undervalued, and they're going to buy things that have 4 or 5x and see where that gets them. Now, what they buy, could that go up another 4 or 5x? Sure. It could go up another 10x. But that OMI still being stupid undervalued is likely going to outperform that. Again, do I have a crystal ball? No. But again, OMI will likely continue to lag behind until that narrative comes back. And again, that could happen in a month, or it could happen a year from now. We don't know. So yeah, OMI could stay down here for several more months. We have no idea. All I know is it's stupid undervalued according to me, so I'm buying more. But again, that's it. David says, what is the reasoning they are not on a major exchange? I mean, when you have Coinbase that's literally in the middle of a lawsuit with the SEC, and Binance literally just paid like how many millions of dollars for that most recent lawsuit. Again, the regulatory concerns around doing certain things are very big. So that's going to be a big reason why. This is one of the reasons it doesn't flow with the market too. Yeah, there's no liquidity. Traders aren't going to touch it until there's liquidity on there. They need to have like millions, if not tens of millions of dollars in volume each day, and they have a fraction of that. They have $200,000 in volume. And again, traders are not going to get in until there's that liquidity. It's kind of one of those things where, hey, I need a moonstone to make my Nido King evolve so it can learn surf, but I need to know surf in order to go to this patch of dirt where I can get the moonstone. It's one of those things. We'll see what happens. Anyone use Binance US? Yeah, no. Binance US has like almost no volume on there anyway. Yeah. Ohio can be rough with that. Dude, Essence is so cheap. Excuse me. Let's see what we got here on Essence. Lex Friedman's TikTok account got banned. What? Without warning, after posting a clip from the interview with Donald Trump. Man, that is rough. Yeah, Essence is like what, 5 cents? Oh, I hate that Essentia. I have no idea what Essentia is, and I don't want to know. Let's short the shit out of that company. And yeah, Essence is 5 cents. Volume's 11,000. This is stupid undervalued as well, especially with I wish I had more money. I wish I could sell like I don't know, part of like my IQ for like $100,000, and this way I would just I would sacrifice. If it's like 1 point of IQ for like $10,000, I don't even know if I'd do it. I mean, maybe if I could buy it back, I could sacrifice 10 points of IQ, give me 100,000, still be insanely smart, and then I could rebuy that back later. Yeah, I don't know. Like I want to get as much money as possible. Essence is one of those things I need a ton of, and I have like next to none. I got to get a ton more. Yeah, Bitcoin's safest thing out there. Michael Taylor's doing that. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments good for the YouTube algorithm. I love you all. Class dismissed. Everyone say bye-bye, Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you. Bye. Meow, meow. I'm so freaking hungry. Meow, meow, Ren.